Hello there, and welcome to Recon Paint Gaming. I'm Patrick,
And I am Padre.
and today we're going to be unboxing the latest update or release or game from Gale Force 9, the Clash of Steel tabletop tank battles.
Yeah, it's a brand new game. So
Yes, we've
let's
never
get
seen
that
a tank
out
game
there right.
before.
Well, it's very similar to Flames of War, but there's no infantry and there is no artillery.
Yep, no infantry, no artillery. No, it's not replacing the World of Tanks game. No, it's not replacing Flames of War. No, it's not replacing anything. It is just a different version of a game that people can experience because sometimes they don't like to just play the Flames of War, and sometimes people think that World of Tanks is maybe a little too simple. So this is a nice happy medium for people to play and experience because it kind of shares the same rule sets.
Not to mention that it takes place in an entirely different timeline.
Oh, wait, different tanks that you've never seen before? It's not based just on World War II like everything else?
Correct. So you're going to get the tanks that, may have been a prototype or might have even only been existing on a piece of paper as a design.
Absolutely. All right. So I have the German versus the British. You have the Americans versus the Russians. Um,
Yes.
so we're going to take a look into the box right now, and it is a very big box. So,
Oh,
so you're going to get a rule book. This is thick. There is a lot of stuff to this. Which kind of breaks our, how many pages this thing is.
well, we originally were like at 10, and then we expanded that. I think now we're at like
50.
20.
Oh, yeah. This one's at
Is it
50.
50?
Yep. However,
That's okay though.
this comes with, no, not this one. This comes with an excellent little book, Core Rules. So this will take you
Yes.
through a quick way to play the game. It unfolds. It explains the simpleness or the simple things of what each little thing on the cards do, such as movement, your firepower, your motivation, as well as how far you get to move on
Shooting.
certain. So I
Yeah.
really like this.
You
So
want
if you're
you want to
intimidated
rip the
by,
box open?
yeah, and so if you're intimidated by the game, there's too many rules. This breaks it down nice and easy for you. Um, then you get the forces. This is just going to go over different things that happened during the wars, throughout the different cool information about each tank, and a little bit of history as well as the stat cards and stuff. Here's your Puma, your Yog Tiger, which it's not going to come with everything in this book because there are no Pumas in this kit, and there are only certain
But they
upgrades that you
are
can do.
but those tanks are coming soon.
Yes, 100%. Those are definitely going to be a part of the game. Um, and let's look at the sprue. Oh, wait a minute. My sprues, they're all empty. What happened? Oh no.
What? How are your screws empty?
It's because
How? How?
I've already assembled all my tanks. So we can go quickly over the Germans first. So here we go.
Is that a mouse?
It is. So this is what they're going to look like. Oop, my screen's a little dark, but it'll do. They're relatively a little more detailed in the World of Tanks ones. They're going to come with a little bit more additions. As you notice, my Tiger tank is open topped, and it's got a little guy in it, which is pretty neat because I liked those little extra pieces that you used to be able to get.
Oh,
Um,
all of the tarps, the jerry cans and the buckets
just
and
glued.
the
Yeah,
all the
there we go.
greeblies.
Yep. So here's just a panther. Here's some tracks that I glued onto the side. You're going to get other things like that. I did closed top on here because I did an open top on another. So here I was able to stick a little nice guy. He's looking off that way because he's trying to signal another tank because you're going to have like squad leaders and stuff like that. Um,
It looked like he was waving hello.
that too. Uh, here we go. We've got this isn't I forget what tank this is. This isn't the Stug nor is it the Yog Panther. What is this tank?
Well, that one there is a Is that the Panzer IV?
Panzer IV, thank you. I was completely blanking on it. So it'll come with like
Yeah.
tires that you can glue in there. It's got different options for the exhaust. It's got these side skirts that you can put on there. You don't really have to. Some of them you do because it'll show parts of the tank that aren't covered up. You've got the bracer here. So, and then this one I did closed top as well. So you're gonna get like with this pack, you're getting a mouse. You're getting two Tiger ones. You're getting two Panthers. You're getting three Panzer fours. So that's the complete force there. Um,
You're getting 2 Tiger IIs.
oh, are they Tiger twos? I apologize. I thought they were
Yes.
Tiger ones. No, eight.
So
Are
you
they
get no,
Tiger
you
ones?
get 1 mouse, you get 2 Tiger IIs, 2 Tiger 1s, and 3 Panzer IVs.
Oh, actually, oh, I have the cards right here. So let me take a look. They look like Tiger ones. Nope, these are the British. Here we go. Oh, they are Tiger twos. Oh no, see, you got a Tiger one card too. See, now you're gonna make me go.
Yes, you have a
Hold on,
Tiger 1, a
hold on.
Tiger 2, 1
Let's see.
I'm
Where's my?
holding. Why am I
Well,
holding?
now I'm curious because I know that's a Tiger one. It's not a Tiger two. Where's my damn Tigers? Yeah, here's a Tiger two. Yeah, this is definitely a Tiger one.
We
Because
always
here's
try to be very,
yeah,
very, ready to go.
here you go. These are Tiger ones. These aren't Tiger twos because that's a Tiger two.
Yes.
So these are Tiger ones. These aren't Tiger twos that come in the box.
Yes.
So there we go. Mystery solved. They're Tiger ones, but they do give you Tiger two cards that come with it. So those still do come in the box. And yeah, you get the Yog Panzer,
I'm
but that doesn't come in the box, but they do give you a card for it. There's the Hornice. They don't give you that tank, but you get a card in the box. And also the
And
Tiger
if
2.
you have these tanks with your Flames of War, you
Yeah.
can use those tanks in this
Or
game.
World of Tanks. If you have your World of Tanks,
Mhm.
you can use these because here's the Panther 8.8 and here's the Panther 7.5. And then here's a Yog Tiger, which I have one of those. Here's a Yog Panther. I have one of those. They're sitting like here. Where's I'm gonna go grab them. Let me show you this bad boy.
Good. Oh, see, now he's just
See?
proud of what he did.
Well, no, like I already have the tank. It's not in this box, but I have one painted up, ready to go. So if you do
Right.
have these in your possession, you can immediately start playing with them, which I think is a nice touch because the first thing you always see online is, will it come with a cards pack? No, it won't. The game probably won't have a cards pack. You'll have to buy the tanks. However, they've included some cards in the box that aren't tanks in the box, which is a nice little addition. So you can, even if you just buy the core set and you've never played tanks in your life, yeah, here you go. Put them together and you guys can play a nice little skirmish. Do you already have a bunch of tanks like the Yog Panther and the Yog Tiger? Yes, good. You can use those too. Go nuts. Make your own platoons and start doing it because I mean, that's what a lot of people complain about, and now they're abiding to that, which I think is great.
Yeah,
All right.
Gale Force 9 is very smart when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah. All right. So here's a Centurion. You're going to get three of these. So you can notice a guy a little at the top. You'll get gas cans and stuff like that. You'll,
Yeah, I'm looking at the sprue because
yeah.
mine, unfortunately, are not painted yet
Yep.
or
No,
put
neither am I.
together. That comes
Yeah.
next weekend.
Here's like a cargo box or
Excuse
ammo
me.
box or whatever. I put the
Yep,
gas
there's
can over
lots of
here.
goodies.
Oh, my turret fell off. Here's a nice little addition for treads or tracks. You're also going to get two tortoises. These things are huge. Um, and oh god, which tank is this? Now I'm blanking on it. It's not a Centurion. Is it a Centurion 3?
Well, there's there's
No, it's
Centurion.
I'm sorry. I'm getting these mixed up. This is the Centurion. This is the Comet. That's what this. I get three
Yes,
Comets and one Centurion, one or
and 2
three,
tortoises.
and two tortoises. And then you get the other Centurions because you get Jesus, four of
You get
those.
4 Centurions. 4 Centurions.
But they only give you enough for, and this is what, because you get to build platoons in this game. So this is three comets, and then where's the Centurion card? Yeah, Centurion 3. You can do a British headquarters of 2 Centurion 3s or 3 Centurions, and then the Centurion 1s as well. It's 2, 1, or 3 and 2. So with mine, I built 2 Centurion 1s, which I have here. Let me get them in the camera. I can't even tell. There we go. Two
Yeah, they're
Centurion
there.
1s, and then I built 2 Centurion 3s. So that's what I did. So I could have 2 squads rather than making 3 and then 1. And again, you're going to
Right.
get like extra tires, more treads. There's going to be different backs. So pay attention when you're reading the instructions because those were the most confusing ones to build with the Centurions because you have to pay attention to each one for which goes with what and also the turrets. Um, and this is the only thing I'm going to say about this. So when you're building things like the Panzer IV, the box comes with a big barrel and a little barrel like this. Just do the big barrel because we don't have the alternate version of that yet. The smaller barrel is a different tank, or it's the same tank but with a different barrel, but the stats aren't for that. So if you're really looking for historical accuracy, just do the big barrel. Eventually, they'll come out with a card for the smaller barrel, and the only reason that they do that is because, again, these tanks are from another game, or they already use sprues that exist. So when they're making these sprues, they use sprues that exist with a game to where both those barrels can comply with the game that they're making, and so do the instructions. In this, they're just printing out the sprues, printing out the instructions, putting them in this box, but you're only going to get one for now. So that's why it might be confusing as to why you all of a sudden is that in the shot? Jesus Christ. I was wondering where that went. That's the estimate for my renewing of my freaking patio. Jesus Christ. I'll have to edit that out. Um, but
We're on
yeah,
a roll.
we are. All right. So the rest of the stuff in this box is you get these nice little movement or objective markers, which tell you they're 4 inches or 10 centimeters. You get tokens for camouflage. I believe these are for or unit leader here. You got your destroyed tokens. And then I really do like these. You get victory point counters, which are here.
Yes.
Um, what are these big circle ones for?
Those are your objectives.
Thank you. Those are your objective tokens. Um, and you also get another victory one over here as well. So I do like that. I like that it comes with measuring tools and counters because I don't know if
And if
Flames
you
of War comes with
notice,
those.
I do not know. I do not play Flames before. I do want to play this game. I'm very excited to try this game out,
Yeah.
especially um, because you and I are both avid World of Tanks players. Let's
Yes.
start that out. I never wanted to get into the deep, deep, deep minutia of Flames of War, just because you got troops, you've got artillery, you've got all of the tanks, and it could be busy. And
Daunting. Yeah.
I'm not the busiest of players out there. Sometimes it's hard for me to keep track of stuff, but this game, from what I've seen of the demo at Adepticon, and what I've learned is in between the two, and that makes me excited. Um, Especially because I like dice rolling and things like that. There's a lot of dice that are going to be happening in here. You're going to have your saves, your armor saves, and your attacks and everything like that. And I think that's going to be awesomely good. And I'm looking forward to learning how to play this game. And
So am I.
I think that's going to be something down the line where you and I are playing with another person,
Yeah.
uh, kicking the tires per se, learning how to play the game. In other words,
Absolutely.
because I'm sure that there's people out there who are just like us, who are like, yeah, this is going to be cool. I got to learn how to play it. So hopefully we can, have some fun doing that
Alleviate.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alleviate that for people. So you're going to get a ton of dice for
you get 20
the
dice.
for the Americans, or no, sorry, for the British and the German. That's my set. Um,
Right.
these are a bunch of little guys that you can stick in the tanks. For me, None of them are German, none of them are British. They're all generic. So don't feel that you have to put one in a particular one, and then just paint them to the correct color scheme. All
Yep,
right.
and then here's the nice thing here, that little bag that has the decals in it.
Yes. Well, so yep, there it is. I was like, I know I have it somewhere. So here's some nice decals. I don't like decals, but I know other people do. Um, here's a QR code for something. Don't steal my QR code. Um, but the rest of this, I like. This is what actually got me excited. Is you have cards that are for like victories and stuff like this, like forced to retreat, priority, fog. Teams within 4 inches of this objective have their shooting range reduced by 12 inches. So like you can throw in stuff that's going to mess with scoring objectives or holding objectives a little better. Yeah,
Well,
immediate.
if you notice, Pat, these cards fit the little dashed boxes on the, objective tokens.
Yeah, they're right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, right here. So you put them here, and that can interfere with the way that you're scoring the objectives. It also
Right.
comes with objective cards, which these are awesome. I wish most games would do this. So this is where your attackers go. You roll to see where they go. You place objective markers. It tells you by inch how to do it. Really simple. And none of them are really the same. So just because one mat is one way, it doesn't mean it's going to be the same in the next one because it either cuts it into
Right.
fourths or cuts it in lengthwise or widthwise. So that's even amazing. We've got mission rules. So, like this one tells you how many rounds you're going to go. And this one is just game length, 6 rounds, kill each other. In immediate reserves, before deployment, both players select up to 60% of their force. Yeah, you can do the math on your own. To deploy and hold the rest in an immediate reserve, rulebook 50. The reserves will arrive from the edge immediately by mission standards. So this one's 7 rounds. This one's 8. So like you can just pick whatever you want for your missions. I'm sure there'll be more down the line. And then finally, like camouflage,
Tactic.
stashed ammo. So these are, I believe, what critical cards? Or sorry, these are tactic cards.
Yeah.
So
Now, what I really like about these cards, if you
yep,
notice at the top, it says what it is. It says camouflage, right?
yeah,
If you go behind that, it tells you when to use this.
yeah.
Opponent's shooting step.
Yeah,
You know, it gets rid of you having to, ammo dump. That's your own shooting step, right? Opponent's shooting step. I like the fact that it tells you when to use these cards.
yeah. Stashed ammo. Reroll one hit result. Tailwind. Give a unit 4 inches or 10 centimeters cross country dash movement for the rest of the turn. Log. It's better than bad. It's good. All tanks in your force may reroll cross tests until the end of the next turn. So like, there's a lot in this box.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
there
really do
is.
like it.
They really set it up nice. They set it up really, really nice for us. Um, I think it's going to be pretty clear and concise in how that we have to um, set our everything up. It's very uh, it's well designed. It's elegant. It really is an elegant setup that they have for us,
Yeah. So
and
it's
that's so rare.
for
You know,
a lot of tabletop games. Yeah. A lot of tabletop games that I can think of to where you have to assemble everything and get started. It is a lot of trial and error. With this, I can
yep,
see a little bit more of while we're putting our tanks together, let's go over a little bit of the rules for the core rules. Let's play out a
yeah.
game, and then let's start adding things to it like objectives, tactics, and all that. And then eventually, you're just going to start doing full on games, which is going to be absolutely
Which yeah, and um, the game itself, I think it's going to be probably a 90-minute game, probably.
usually tells you on
Um,
the box. Usually says our game. Doesn't say on this
it
one.
does not in this case,
You
but
say.
just judging from tank battles and things we've seen in the past,
Let's say.
any one of those, hour and a half games, and depending on the size.
Yeah. Yeah. Because for building a platoon or a squad, it's going to go by a certain amount of points because each tank is worth a certain amount of points, and then how many ever in your squad are going to add to those points. There's different tanks that you can take like the Centurion 1 and Centurion 3, which are going to have different abilities, firepower and point systems, and so on and so forth. So it's going to definitely be a little bit uh I want to say oh, more a different tree, but the same farm. Because in World of Tanks, you can kit out a single tank with a bunch of upgrades and crew.
Right,
In Flames of War, it's kind of your entire army is what you're kitting out your groups with. This is going to be a little bit
right,
more of I can flush out what tanks I would like to have support me, and then building out those platoons rather than also having grenaders or flamethrowers along with a bunch of infantry and World of Tanks, which is like I'm going to flush out my things with upgrades to make this one particular tank do a certain thing. So I think it is a completely different game, but it's also very similar in the fact to where you've got tanks in all three, but they're wildly different.
yes. Gone from like World of Tanks using the measuring arrows that come supplied. Now you have to use a ruler, which is not a problem. You're picking a direction you're going. As long as you do how many ever inches, you're fine. It's not that difficult to fathom and or to understand, even for a guy like me.
No.
Um, so you got those benefits there. I think the amount of uh, tanks that you get inside of the box is absolutely freaking awesome. I mean,
Oh yeah, you can't see it.
let's see
17.
how many. There's three, five. Yeah,
17.
there's 17 tanks in this box. It's like wow. That's for me, that's like okay. I get 17 little models to build and paint, and that's really cool because I like the building aspect of it.
It's like,
Um,
why is there 18s? Because
and
I grabbed this guy. Yeah, there's 17 tanks.
yeah, there's 17 tanks.
I had my Tiger too.
Like I say, there's 22 tank commanders in the cart. There's the decals, the complete rule book, the quick start rules. You're going to get 20 dice. You get the force booklets, which it's in this one it's the British, and then and the other book, of course, is the German. You got 19 unit cards. There's 34 tokens on that punch out board.
Yep.
Three objective markers. Two victory point dials, one for each of you. 26 tactic cards. So there's the variation in the game there. Six mission setup cards. So, you're just going to draw one. That's easy. Mission rule cards, nine of them. And then there's 22 objective cards.
There's a
So
lot.
this is so many variations in this game that it's just, wow. You know, I mean, really? You're not going to play the same game twice.
Well,
It's
I
it's
really would like to test that theory to see how similar or different the objectives are, as well as the placements for the different scenarios that you can draw. Because I know certain other games that I
right.
play, it's like, yeah, look at how different these scenarios are. It's like, it's kind of the same. Collect the thing, drop the thing, shoot the thing, die the thing. I'm very curious as to see how much these objectives completely change the way that I would set something up and my tactics, or how ineffective my
Well, I
list
mean,
was during the entire game.
exactly. But I think that there's a lot of variability built into this game,
That's what we're gonna have to
and
look
I
at.
mean an insane amount of variability.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at running the numbers in my head because you draw this card at the beginning, which was different from the last card that you drew, and then you have a different tactics or a different mission, and I just think I think I think the playability is going to be great.
I
Is
hope
what I'm
so.
getting at. I think so, and let's face it, once we start playing it and get everything built and start kicking the tires and lighting the fires, then we're going to know for sure. But I think this is going to be a good solid one. I really do. I think that there's enough variability into there.
I think so, especially if they keep introducing new tanks from different eras, and constantly coming up with new materials to release. Because if that's the case, kind of like World of Tanks, enough stuff just keeps coming out quarterly, and it
Yeah.
keeps changing the way that we're thinking of how to interact with the game because in at least World of Tanks, new cards come out that can then change the effects for older tanks from the World War II era. In this, I'm thinking you might have a tank come out that's going to pair well with something else because of the points values, and all of a sudden you're using tanks that you weren't using before. So I think that's what's really going to
Right.
eventually flush this game out. Right. What's on your table, Robert?
Oh, now I can't see you. Oh.
That's fine.
All right, what is on my table is the Clash of Steel tabletop tank battles, Operation Unthinkable American versus Soviets.
Oh,
Of
jeez.
course, it's the starter set.
Yeah. Which is it's going to have the
And
same thing, but we're going to cover what tanks are in it and what cards you get.
right, because, we're that giving. All right, first off, we got, 2 M18 Hellcats, right,
Oh, I love
fresh
those.
here. And unlike Patrick's, mine are still on the sprue. The really cool part here is once again, you've got purples, you've got extra tracks, you've got stowage, little greeblies that you can put on your tank to, uh, let's say, kit it out or pimp your ride. One of the two, right?
Oh, save them.
Then,
Save them all.
yeah, then we have I'm I'm gonna save that one for last because it's like my new favorite, but I'm torn because here is the T29, which
Mm,
is like the uber super Pershing, and you know how I like Pershings. You're getting 3 of these on the sprue. Look at how beautiful those are.
they're huge.
Um, Once again, there's extra stowage and greeblies there as well. And there, oh, 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 these sir are the T28s. There were only 2 of them ever made in the world. One is dead, and the other one they lost for 20 odd years until some guy was walking in the woods and found it. You're getting 2 of these
True.
T28s, and just in case you're wondering what those look like, they look like that
Yeah, they're
when you
massive.
put them together. They're a big tank. Well, yeah, well, here, let's compare that to a Sherman.
We always compare to the little guys.
Yeah, well, they're cute, right? And you got all of those, which is just freaking awesome. And that's for the 3, 4, 5, 6. That's for the American forces, and then you've got the E-54-1s. You're getting 6 of these inside of there, and they've got all kinds of extra machine guns and just there's a lot of ways you can go with that. You have to check out your directions to make sure what is what. But we come down to here, and then we've got 3 of the IS-3s, which are right here. Beautiful molds, beautiful detail. Once again, of course, it's Gale Force 9, so you're going to have the detail and everything's going to look good. And then things get kind of complicated. You get 5 um, of the ISU 130s. And there's different ways to kit those out and to build them, and there's all these sprues here. I mean, there's extra here for the IS-3, and they have multiple different ways for you to build your platoons, which I love. There's this thing is just full of sprues for you to build, which I love to do. You know what I mean, Patrick?
Oh yeah. No, so I'm looking up prices so that we have that ready. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I already grabbed little plastic
And
baggies so I can start saving extra parts. So in case one day I can make
oh
either
yeah.
terrain or add stuff to another tank that I, didn't want to add to the tank that I built and so on. But yeah, I love the detail of these things.
So you've got 3, 6, 12, 24 different tank commanders in that little sprue bag right there. Once again, you get more decals. You've got the items that will build your your counters for your victory points. The dice are different. Of course, you got red for your communist forces, blue for the
Ooh,
Americans.
That's
Even
different.
if you look, there was gray for the German dice. There
Yeah.
was um, and then there was a green for the English. Once again, you get another rule book, which you just saw. Core rules. Here's the booklets for the Soviet forces and for the American forces. So, great artwork on the covers. Of course, it's covering the German surrender, the Germany's new government, the whole war that started in 1948, which was 4 years after the end of the World
Mm,
War II. But
yep.
this is just a continuation. I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of the minutia here, but I will show that once again, you have so many choices. You got a T-29 or a T-30 for your tanks here. You've got, and that's what I'm talking about for the Americans. Here's how you build your T-28, which is pretty much one way only. Your Hellcat does have a little bit of variation that you can put on it. Uh, the Soviets are the same deal. You've got your barrels and everything. It's just a wonderful piece of information. We'll take a quick look at what comes in here for the commander cards. You got a T-26 E5 Assault Pershing. Who doesn't need one of those? T-28. You got a T-29. You've got a T-30, an M26 Pershing, which I have several of already, so I
I
could
do.
play
Yeah.
those if I wish. The Super Pershings, I got those if I wish.
Ooh.
The Easy 8 Shermans, right? The E2 Jumbo Sherman, which was a big dog.
It was.
The M36 Jackson, got one of those. Hellcat, got one of those. Chaffee, well, I got a
So
bunch
I've
of
got one of
those.
those.
Um, yeah, we got the IS-3, IS-2, the T-44 tank, the T-54-1, the IS-130, the 122, the 152, the T-34-85. Oh, yeah, we got those, the
I've got plenty of
SG-100s.
those.
So a lot of you guys already have these tanks. You have the command cards for them now for this game. There's no reason for us not be playing these other tanks. If you got them, use them, guys.
Yeah.
And I think
Easy
that
enough to
is,
get into this game.
yeah, it's too easy not to. Um,
So,
the board setups are the same.
yep.
The enemy plans. These cards are all going to be the same because it's universal throughout everything. But your command cards are going to be different. Um, Even your token sheets are pretty much the exact same.
Yep.
So there's no surprises there. But I truly, truly think um, these are going to be an absolute blast to be playing. Uh, just, I think there's so much playability here. I
Absolutely.
really do.
So
I,
these
I
run,
think,
the core sets run $75, which is pretty good for 17 tanks plus all of the rules.
well, there's
And
21 tanks
in yours, yeah.
in the American.
That's because
Yeah.
the Russians and the Americans just threw like, paper dolls at the Germans and it worked.
Well, well,
Well,
so
we're
we
not going to get
use
into the
a
whole
lot of
history of World
we
War II. But then the actual
we
smaller kits for individual tanks, like if you want to pick up a mouse kit, that's $20. If you want to pick up a tortoise kit, that's $30. So it looks like the individual boxes are going to run you about $30 to $20 a piece, while the core set, which core set for $75 and you get two factions, is a really good freaking deal and bargain, I want to say.
well, I agree wholeheartedly. And like I say, with the fact that they're giving you the extra commander cards is just freaking brilliant on their part.
Yeah,
Because let's face it, we have the tanks.
we have the technology.
You know, yeah. If you've got the tank from stuff that you've kitted out before, why have to purchase new?
I know. And
You know,
so that's the great thing. If you really like in-depth battles, then Flames of War is the game for you. If you really want something that you quick, easy, takes almost no power or brain power to set up, World of Tanks is definitely your game. If you want to all of a
Yeah.
sudden redo the Battle of the Bulge, then this is definitely where you're going to want to do that. And yeah, I think you have all
Well,
the options available to you.
the like I
Oh, now
said,
you switched back
the
your camera.
versatility.
Hold on, I got to switch you back because
Oh, sorry.
you're upside down.
Um, uh, the versatility
Well, don't keep talking. I
of
can't flip you down now. Hold on.
okay.
Rotate 180 degrees. There you go. Oh, my fucking back hurts. I'm not doing any yard work today. All right, now go.
Oh, I really think that the versatility of these two core sets is going to allow for serious gameplay just in the two core sets, just in and how you can set up your platoons, like how you're dividing your platoons up. You made two separate tanks out of that set, and what you can do with the American and the Russian side too is giving you options. And then as these new platoon packs come online, where you're buying a platoon pack for 30, 40, $50 depending on what's inside of it, you're getting 3 to 5 tanks
Yeah,
that you can add to your kit. Oh, excuse me. And that just, I think, is I don't think they're going to flood the market with tanks. I think they realize that we have quite a bit of these. If you're playing Flames of War, you have a lot of tanks. If you're playing World of Tanks, you have a lot of tanks. If you had played Tanks the Skirmish game and you never got rid of your stuff, you have a lot of tanks.
yeah,
And now you have the cards to back that up. And
yeah. Or at least
what
get
they did
started.
was they made a game where you could bring stuff in from other games without having to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, and I
And
think
I think
even
that was a brilliant move.
if you and your friend buy one core set each, you then have four different platoons. So you'll have Germans and
Yeah.
British, Russians, Americans. You can trade or swap if you don't want certain factions, and you'll have enough to easily get started.
Well, think of it this way too. You got four guys and
Oh yeah,
you got four guys that want to play and you got a big old mat. Why not have four guys be in control of the four different nations that are playing the game?
yeah, and just divvy out what you got and play that way.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
And the other thing I think is going to be, I think this is going to be fun.
Oh no, this is gonna be a
And and
blast.
and that's what I'm into. I like a good war game, but if it's a grind to me, oh my word, I don't necessarily want to play a grinding game. Um, like Twilight Imperium, I'm not going to sit there for 12 hours playing a game.
Now, I
But
will say this: if you're new to a game like this, it's probably going to take you a couple of hours, probably 3 to get through one game, but don't think that that's going to
yes,
be normal because any game that I've ever picked up in the past, it's play, read the rule, play, read the rule, play, read the rule. And even if you watch a tutorial, it takes a long time to figure out the mechanics and get good. So
yeah,
don't be like, oh, this game takes like 4 hours to play. It's miserable. No, play 4, 5, 6 times, and eventually you're going to get down to where your game is going to be then 2 hours, then probably an hour and a half, and then you're going to start recognizing when games are going to go quicker than normal. And if you play against Robert, it will always take 5 hours. So there's nothing I can do about that. But that is,
and if you're playing Patrick, he cheats. So
I rush
besides
you
that,
along. I answer your no. You just want to move here and shoot. That's what you want to do. I'll answer. But yeah, that's Clash of Steel. The Germans and British, Americans and Russians core sets. So, I mean, go check it out. Order it. You can pre-order it now. It's not for sale just yet. We were able to pick up a box from Adepticon because they were just giving them away to people that went to Adepticon and were VIP members. So
well,
that's why so many people
well,
have them right
I
now.
I got
But they're
I got the American
pre-ordering right
set.
now.
Yeah, I got the American set from a friend of mine at Gen Con who got it in his VIG bag. And then Gale Force 9, which we have to say this, uh, gave us they sent us a copy, which was the Germans and the British set that
Yep.
Patrick has. and they wanted us to unbox it and review it. And much thanks to Gale Force 9 on sending us that box because now we
Absolutely.
actually have both sets and we'll be able to do a lot more with it. And I can't thank Gale Force 9 enough for giving us that opportunity to show their goodies per se. We've always enjoyed doing their stuff, and we definitely enjoy their games. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that really quick. So good job, Gale Force 9, and thank you very much.
Yeah.
Um,
So go.
I'm going to enjoy this game.
Yeah. So go pre-order it now online on Gale Force Nine's website. And I don't know the exact release date as of yet. Do you?
No,
Okay. I'm glad we
nope.
got that figured out or asked. But the release date, I'm sure, is coming soon.
Yeah,
Probably during the
very
summer.
soon.
And then you'll be able to start playing and start assembling your tanks. Or I'm sure if people are posting pictures online, you can, get your own ideas and start playing or play testing it yourself. So yeah, thanks, Gale Force
And,
9. Uh,
and yep.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Go ahead and click like and subscribe, and have a good one.
See ya.
Later. All right. What the hell was that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Something. Oh, it was my. Oh, fuck. Ugh.
I'll tell you what, though. Those
Chicken
two
butt.
boxes together.